Good afternoon, sir. A warm welcome to you all. It's very special to have an interaction between an academician and a social entrepreneur. Let me introduce us. I'm Dr. Sridevi, professor from Jansen School of Business, and we have Mr. Prem Kumar, founder and managing trustee of Bumblebee Trust. It's a social enterprise and non-profit organization addressing all the digital divide prevailing in educational sector. Here I would like to highlight about the association between Jansen School of Business and Bumblebee Trust. We have an active MOU through which we are joining our hands with the Bumblebee Trust in taking Kalvi 40 to many educational institutions, particularly in rural backgrounds. So we can proceed to an interaction where we would like to know more about how the real-time scenario is, though we are coming across different statistical data and also different policies stating about educational inequities, but they are the one who are addressing it in real time. So here we would like to know more about how this initiative is successfully going on. To start our discussion, I just went through your profile, sir. It's very much motivating to know that being there in IT industry and almost for 2 decades, and then a transformation happened and you opted social entrepreneurship as your choice.
Yeah.
How is that happened? What was the instrumental factor?
First of all, thank you so much, Jansen School of Business, and to you for this discussion. Very important question where most of them would like to know. Having traveled quite a lot in Europe and staying there for probably 7 years in London and Germany and all that. Many times when I come back to India, we always find that certain fundamental things have not changed. And when I compare with the Western world, always I feel very unhappy about this. And then always comes back to me feeling that what did I do to make that change happen? So that has always been a kind of a question that has been with me for over years. So that is where after long experiences, when I come back, I felt that probably one segment which is probably neglected or which needed a lot of emphasis is the rural segment. And that is where I decided probably when I come back, I focus on rural and what is the pressing need in rural and how do we address, because it has been very, very challenging. And that is where when I came back in 2017, I started looking at rural, and then we ended up in school education, and then the journey started. Yeah.
Fine, sir. And it's very much inspirational one to many youngsters also. Also, as you have rightly said, when we compare European countries and different countries and our country, we could see that digital divide happening. And United Nations, while developing this SDG goals, in their 4th goal, they are emphasizing on the equity and inclusivity in education.
Yeah.
And your Kalvi 40 is a step towards that particular drawback prevailing. And how do you see the social enterprises can address this particular gap? And when you are in the journey of bridging this gap, and you might have experienced many welcoming as well as the other way around also. So how do you see your experiences in bridging this gap?
Yeah, I think one step back, I think before digital divide, generally inequality, right? That is a very important segment what we always understand day in and day out when you travel across the state of Tamil Nadu, especially in the rural. We see one side kind of highly affordable people and citizens. And on the other side, there's a massive population where, because of the socio-economic background, this inequality continues to be there, and that drives the whole thing. And especially coming to digital divide, we felt that using technology, where this digital divide is relatively kind of, the gap becomes quite high because of fundamental reason is social economic background, and that is where we definitely felt that at this probably this decade or this particular period in time, where compared to 20-30 years back, now the need for digital is more important than any other time. And naturally, I think that will empower our citizens and the future citizens and the rural children, when we try to cut down on the digital divide, empower them with the right tools, what is available in the current era. So that has been a brilliant experience what we have been trying, and definitely on the ground we see that is empowering, that is really changing lives on the ground for a lot of people. So yeah, I think that is how we see socio-economic background is a very, very important factor for this digital, and all these efforts and whatever we have done now is still at a surface level, and we have always been promoting social entrepreneurs and other NGOs also, that to use a lot of digital, lots of tech, so that with the optimized model, together we can serve and reach a lot of needy people and children. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, as you have said, optimized model. It's like not only other social enterprises, you need to have the cooperation from government bodies also. I was just going through a statistical report published by Ministry of Education, where they have identified, the very latest thing is 50% of our Indian schools lack the digital infrastructure. So when we say digital infrastructure in terms of ICT, or else even functionable computers, internet connectivity, so all these constraints are there. And how are you having that association with all government bodies, so that how much ever you plan, implementation is going to bring out the real outcomes. So how is that a model, or else what sort of measures you are taking to ensure the real outcomes?
In the last 5 years, we have given nearly like 500 plus 43-inch LED TV to rural schools. So imagine all the 500 schools have this digital infra, plus the whole content of Kalvi 40, where we have 16,000 videos. So now the teacher is enabled to play whatever their classroom needs, and I think that customization, that personalization has got a very good enablement for the teachers, and that way the whole classroom becomes with this digital learning experience what they get as a thing. So I think this kind of an enablement gives them a lot of experience at a younger age, and it is not enough. We have multiple other things to do, what we have been planning. So yeah.
Yeah, as you have rightly said, 500 schools got benefited by your a simple move towards digital infrastructure. And maybe when teachers are also well trained, and when they are taking this content to the children, the interest for learning will be building up. And when we look at the dropout rate in India, it's also very much alarming. Than the previous year, 3% of dropouts increased in case of primary schools, and that too in the case of boys, almost 5% increase is observed in dropouts. Though we are saying Indian economy is well growing and all digital penetration is happening, but when it comes in terms of dropout rate, this is an alarming situation. But whereas now, by your initiatives, you can, I believe that you can create that interest for learning.
Absolutely. So definitely on the ground, as you highlighted, one of those problems, definitely we see there are multiple problems when we travel across rural segment. Example like early marriages for girl children, and dropouts for various reasons after 8th standard. Children drop out, and various other factors, they are pulling them out of education, and sometimes they do not value what is that it is going to give them in their lifetime, right?
Exactly.
Based on some of the probably the bad experiences what they see in their environment, depending on the socio-economic background. So some, what you see in North Chennai and what you see in rural Dharmaburi, Krishnagiri, Coimbatore is going to be varying, but the challenges are quite different. So all these adds up, but one of those main things is like, apart from the digital infra, things like that, definitely the adoption and how this change is going to be taken to the grassroots level to the children is the most important thing. So what we have tried as an organization is like a couple of models where throughout the year we have a dedicated resource who is available in the district to handhold the government school teachers, give them training at multiple level, and encourage them to get into this digital adoption. Number two, certain time where we have a part-time resourcing model where every day my intern at every village, they will walk into the school for 2 hours to have a dedicated enablement in terms of English, creative, Tamil, things like that. So we are trying out different models because it is very challenging and it cannot be generalized. The formula that is applied in one district need not be the same in other also. So these are different things we continue to apply. But just to understand the scale, in terms of specifically on government schools, the way we operate. In Tamil Nadu itself, there are 6.8 million children believe in free education, government school. And especially on the 3rd rank, the 8th standard rural segment, nearly more than 2 million children study in this segment. So that is how we believe that the problem is so huge, and whatever enablement as an organization we are able to do, and any other organization in this particular segment can change lives of these innocent children, and in future they become better human beings, right? That is how we see, and yeah, that's what we have been attempting to.
Yes, and as you have rightly said, with the support of teachers and your volunteering interns, you can enhance the engagement. When students are having a very happy learning experience, naturally their fond for learning will be there forever. And particularly school children at that age, they are not so much clear with the purpose of education. Only by the way of education their interest could be triggered, and that's where you are taking up all the initiatives, and you are well delivering NEP. We are saying that NEP 2020, NEP 2023, but all your initiatives are well matching with the foundational pillars of national education policy, and our best wishes. And also we just ensure that our collaboration with Bumblebee Trust will be there forever, and we are very much happy in supporting your initiatives. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity. As a final word, in this social entrepreneurship journey, what we have realized, one, the problem is so complex in terms for us to go and understand the problem much more deeper and continue to fine tune our solution, what is relevant for the market, right? So that is how over years we have improved ourselves and deliver. But definitely I always request students that whenever you go through in your society in terms of the social problems, what you look at it, please list down, empathize with people around, look at, is there a solution, what you can provide to your own fellow citizens, and probably a little bit of hand holding can make another citizen feel better in their own life, and probably you are hand holding the future of another child. So please empathize, think about it, whatever little, please attempt. I'm sure we are all privileged, and please help other fellow citizens also. So thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you.